Jazzcast Pros.
Are you feeling out of balance, off track, or like no matter how hard you push, you're still running on empty? Here's the truth. You don't need another productivity hack. You need realignment. And the ultimate realignment tool is not in your planner, your supplements, or your willpower. It's in your sleep. Now, the plan for today was to share the recap of our live recording at the Aligned Entrepreneur Pod-a-Thon. But as it wasn't ready for distribution in time, I thought in light of it, I'd share with you something that fits perfectly instead. A powerful episode on sleep as the ultimate realignment to set you on your way. So in this episode of the Doze Podcast, we're going to change the way you think about sleep because it's not passive. It's the most powerful alignment strategy you have. And while making sure you get enough quality sleep is a form of self-care, sleep itself is a strategy for being your personal best. Welcome to the Doze Podcast. I'm your host, Soda Kuczkowski. I'm a sleep health educator and a certified sleep coach with over 20 years of experience in sleep medicine, health, and coaching. I'm also the founder of Start With Sleep, a sleep health education platform, and The Doze, an exclusive line of sleep-enhancing products, all with one mission, to change the narrative around sleep, because sleep is an important foundational piece for your personal and your professional success. So today, I want you to see and think about sleep differently. Not as recovery, not as self-care, not as something that you squeeze in at the end of the day if you have time. Sleep is your realignment. It's the nightly recalibration of your body, your brain, and your being. And without it, you live out of alignment. And when you're out of alignment, you feel it. You're scattered, reactive, disconnected, but when sleep is prioritized, you're sharper, calmer, and fully aligned with your purpose. So how do we start treating sleep as realignment? Well, I've put together 3 mindset shifts beyond the common tips of coffee or blackout curtains, but new ways to think about your energy, your time, and your success. Now, the first shift is the shift from hustle to harmony. Now, our culture glorifies the hustle, right? The late nights, the early mornings, the endless grind. But hustle is about force, and harmony is about flow. When you sleep, your body is not just shutting down, it's syncing up. Your hormones balance, your cells repair, your brain clears waste. That is harmony. Realignment happens when you stop forcing and start flowing with your biology, and you ask yourself, what rhythm is my body asking me to follow instead of how much more can I push? Once you stop chasing the hustle, the next step is to redefine what sleep actually is. The second is to shift your vantage point and think of sleep as a strategy, not a setback. Sleep is not pampering, it's not indulgence, and it's not just self-care, and it's not just time off. It's actually time in. I want you to think about it this way. You plug in your phone every night without question, but we often hesitate to give ourselves the same recharge. When you see sleep as strategy that fuels everything else, you stop negotiating with it. It's not a bonus or a reward, it's a foundation. Realignment happens when you stop treating sleep as optional and start treating it as a non-negotiable. And the final shift is about how you measure achievement. Achievement without alignment burns you out. Alignment through sleep fuels sustainable success. Yes, you can force your way to a goal, but it will cost you. Often your health, your creativity, your relationships. Sleep ensures achievement does not come at that expense. When you choose alignment, you're not lowering your ambition, you're amplifying it. Because a well-slept you can lead better, think clearer, and create more than a depleted you ever could. So here's what I need you to take and make space for today. Sleep is not what you do once everything is finished. Sleep is what makes everything else possible. Every night, you're offered the chance to realign physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. The choice is whether you honor it. So do me a favor. If this message resonated with you today, I want you to share it with someone who is running on fumes and remind them realignment begins with sleep. And before I close, I want to remind you that the recording of our live session at the Aligned Entrepreneur Pod-a-Thon will be ready next week. And in it, I am joined by Maryann Rivera-Dannert of Healing Her Within podcast. And in our conversation, we dive deeper into how being well slept taps into your power and why hustle culture does not foster sustainable success. It's time to shift into a mindset that aligns with investing in yourself, because sleep is not time lost, it is time invested. And every night you choose it, you multiply your energy, your clarity, and your capacity for success. See you next week.